Hello and welcome back to today's stream. Today I am going to be doing kind of like a vlog, or follow along with me, of me making this very pretty velvet bralette that I made, and I'm remaking it with a different yarn that I just got. This is a purple with like sparkles that I got, super cute. I just got it today and I'm already in love with the color because I love the color purple. And hold on, and I also got this like dark gray color to use as well. This is just 100% polyester, so is the other one. And let me show you the bralette I already made. It's right behind us. It's right here. So I made this one, but it's too big for me on the cups, so I'm going to make a smaller size. I did write down like what I did for this one, but it's too big for me, so I have to make it again and try to adjust the pattern that I made for it. So I'm writing a different pattern for I guess a size medium, because this is like a large, extra large type of cup. I didn't think it'd be this big, but yeah, this is the back of it. I made like peacoat things. I also did like that type of design, and I made it like on the front, and I love this cute little thing that I made. I'm sure someone else has made something similar to this, but I was just going on how I was feeling, and I really wanted something that I can wear under and it be nice and soft, because I like nice and soft things. I also put a tag on it. It doesn't scratch at all, so that's awesome. Usually I'm very like particular about tags and the placements because I don't want it to poke, but yeah. So this is the one that I've already made. I already started making the purple. This is what I have so far. Before I used a 4mm hook, but for this one I'm going to use a 3.5mm hook, and I hope that will help with giving more security. And yeah, because I want it to be able to like stay and like be comfortable to wear. So yeah, this is my first row, and I have so many rows to go. Yeah, for the triangle cup, there are YouTube videos that I studied. I watched in order to master it, but I do adjust the different rows that I use, just so it's more like fitted to my body. Yeah, I like making custom things for myself. Okay, so I started with 13 chains, and then I did my first row of 12 single crochets, and then this is my second row of single crochets. And when I get to the end, I'm gonna start making the triangle shape, which is basically this. Hold on. So this is what I'm seeing. Hold on. Need to make sure it's right. Okay, this part. Okay, let me see if it'll focus. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna focus. Okay, I hope it's sort of visible, but this part right here, I'm gonna go into it, this part right here, and put 3 single crochets in there. to start making the triangle shape. So 1, 2, and 3. And then my third row is going to be on the opposite side of the piece or whatever. And I'm making 12 single crochets on that first one. And then obviously each side will start increasing as I do more of the triangle part, since I'm adding 3 into it. So it's increasing. So this project's increasing by 2 single crochets each time I get to this side. The way I am able to like remember which side is the triangle part and which side isn't is by the tail. The tail is the bottom that I will weave in later on. I am noticing one little flaw with this yarn, and that is that the sparkles are flaking off. So that means I will have glitter everywhere, which I don't mind, but it is a little inconvenient, just a little bit. Now I'm turning my work and working on the 4th row. And I have to make sure that I'm not missing. This is the only like downside of working with velvet. It's really hard to see the stitches. So I just need to make sure that I'm going into every stitch and not like accidentally putting 2 into 1 stitch. This is my 4th. And the way I remember what row I'm on is if I'm going up, it's an odd number or even. If I'm going up, it's an even number. If I'm going down, it's an odd number, I think. I might have gotten those 2 words mixed up. But yeah, so I'm on my 4th. And then when I get to the top, it's a little difficult to like see where is my like tippity top. So I'm gonna count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so this next stitch is my top triangle stitch. So I'm adding 3 single crochets into that one, and then going down for my 5th row. And for the pattern that I made, I wrote down that I did 29 rows. Yeah, 29, but that was way too big. So I think it's about like, I'm gonna do 24 and see how that goes. But if not, I'll let you know. And I'll be back when I have at least 23 rows done. Okay. Okay. So I have 21 rows done, and I also laid it next to a bralette that I like a lot how it fits. So it's perfect how it is. It is about the same size as this one, which I'm confused about. But I think since it's closer, I used a smaller hook, it won't be like super stretchy, so it'll hold up. Okay, so now that I have 21 rows done, I wasn't using that hook anyway. So I chained 4, I skipped the first stitch and went into the second stitch and did a double crochet and chained 1, and now I'm skipping the next stitch again and going into the following one and doing a double crochet and chaining one. And I'm just going to continue following that pattern till I reach the top of the triangle. So double crochet, and this will make we're starting to make this like design of the triangle. Does that make sense? I can't remember really what I said, but I hope it made sense. Will be right at the top of my triangle with this next double crochet. I'm going to chain 2 and put another double crochet into that same top stitch. And you know how we were adding 3 single crochets into the top triangle chain? Adding the second double crochet and the 2 chains at the top, what I just did, it skips that middle, you know? I do that so the triangle shape continues to like happen, and I didn't chain 1, so I'm going to chain 1, skip the next stitch, and go into the following one. (22nd), and now this is our 23rd row that we're working on right now, that I'm working on. I hope you're doing it with me. That's kind of awesome if you are. I would like that. I would hope you that I would oh my gosh, my words are just, I'm gonna stop talking. My video cut out because I'm running out of storage. But let me just finish explaining what our next step is to do, and then I'll come back when we're doing the straps. So this next part is we chained 1. We're gonna go into that first double crochet, put a single crochet in there. In the chain space, we're putting a single crochet and chaining 3. And there's no particular way that I do this next part, but I kind of just go into the front part of that single crochet and pull through those 2 loops that I go through, and then pull through that 3rd chain to make a slip stitch, and then that will start making the little picot, see, the little dot thing. And then I single crochet into the double crochet stitch, and then in the chain space I do a single crochet and then chain 3, and then slip stitch it into the single crochet. After we get to the top, that's when I start doing the strap, in which I chain 51 stitches and then make 1 row of single crochets going down, and then I finish off these little things on this side. And that's the triangle section of this bralette. Afterwards, after we have 2, that's when I get to the bottom part where it's 5 rows of half double crochets, a double crochet and chain space row, and then another 5 double crochets, and then another row of double crochets, chain space, and then the same single crochet into the double crochet stitches, and then single crochet, chain 3 into the chain space. I hope that you understand what I just explained. But that's basically me stating the pattern if you want to grab a pencil or something like that. Finish the strap part, so like 51 chains and then 50 single crochets. I go down and finish the little design there, and then I chain 26. And I realized halfway through that I started doing single crochets. In my other pattern I did half double crochets, but for this first row that's okay to do single crochets. So I did 25 going back to this part and then 25 underneath the triangle. And then once I have the other triangle piece finished, I'll do the same thing and then start attaching the two together and doing the half double crochets. Okay, so this is the second triangle. This is the first one. And after I chained 26, I attached by making a slip stitch into the first bottom chain and then slip stitch to the first row. And then I am working backwards. And then when I get to this end, I'll attach it to this end right here with the slip stitch and then start working in rounds. Okay, so in the front, after doing 25 single crochets on the side, I attach with the slip stitch to the first chain, or the first stitch on this side of the triangle, and then chained 1, and then I'm starting with my half double crochets in the first stitch. And then I should have a total of 100 stitches that I am doing half double crochets in for 4 rows, and then I'm going to be doing this pattern again, and then doing another 5 rows, and then this pattern with the little dots at the end, and that will be the body part of this bralette. So I finished what I could with the yarn that I had. This was what was left. I wasn't able to make the dot design on the back side, and the like open part on the bottom. I also only did 3 half double crochet rows and then the dot row for that bottom part. This is the inside, so it has like all of the strings. It's kind of confusing to see, but I did 1 row of single crochets, then I did 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of half double crochet, then I did 1 row of the double crochet and chain 1 space, and then I did 3 rows of the half double crochets and then the dot row, which is single crochets. I just have to attach the bottom of the strap onto the back parts and then weave in the ends, and I'll be done with this bralette. For the straps, I'm going to count 15 chains in from each side and then attach it on the 15th chain. And I'm also going to add a tag maybe later on, and then I'll be done with this bralette. It kind of looks gray on camera and also in this lighting, but it's supposed to be purple. It was very purple when I bought it in store. But yeah, I like it so far. It just sheds so much, like the little shiny part, you can see it right there. I have those all over me and the floor. Hopefully once I wash it, it doesn't shed anymore, but I still love how it looks. It's very shiny and velvety, and I love it. and it's pretty soft. Even though it has those sparkly parts, it's pretty soft. It's not like pokey or anything like that, so that's awesome.